just sitting next to this Tulsi Basil. It smells amazing. I can't wait. It's even already flowering. It's just grown so much since I was in the garden last because I've just been letting it grow itself. Been very busy lately. So it needs a trim. I'm using my regular KitchenAid scissors today. I'm gonna trim a little bit of this basil and we're gonna make some basil tea together. I'm learning a lot about herbalism as well. I love growing herbs and using them for culinary purposes, but I'm learning there are other medicinal properties as well. Tulsi basil, sometimes known as holy basil. It's got a lot of medicinal properties. For someone who is very busy, stressed out, prone to anxious thoughts, things like that, I need calming herbs more than anything. So this should hopefully do the trick. Let's see. Any kind of bowl will do. I'm using my KitchenAid scissors, but any scissors will do. I'm going to top these off a little bit. Wherever I decide to cut them, they'll start to grow up thicker from that point. If you have long, leggy ones, you can cut them a little bit lower. If you're trying to shape them, you can just cut off the tips. So right now I've got quite a lot. Here I go. This is gonna be our basil tea today. I am all set up to make my tea. Let me show you what I have. I have my bowl with the cuttings of the basil that we just took. I have a French press from IKEA, very basic. You can get one anywhere. I'm using an electric tea kettle that I got off Amazon. I used an extension cord to plug it in outside because I have an outdoor plug. And I just usually do this inside, but I thought it would be more fun to do this with you in the garden. So I already have this full to the max, which is the exact right amount of water for my French press. I'm going to turn this on. There's a bunch of different settings here, and I'm going to choose herbal tea pour over. There are different types of tea, and what is normally considered tea is all from one plant, and that would be black tea, green tea, etc. But any other plant, you're going to call it an herbal tea because it's just a different kind of herb. And an herb is the leafy part of any plant. So if you're using the leafy part, it's an herb. So here we go. I'm not going to bother washing it. There's nothing on it that I'm worried about. I don't spray chemicals on mine. You can always wash it if you want. You can chop it up on a cutting board with a knife, or do what I'm gonna do, which is just using these culinary scissors. They're like a knife, but scissors. And I'm just gonna chop it up. I'm not gonna be too perfect about it. I don't really care. I'm including the flowers. I'm including the stems. They're all good. And this is probably a little bit more than I need for one pot. I could dry it out and save it. But let's see. Or, hey, it is basil. I could cook something with the extra. Okay, so I usually fill it up to right about here with whatever I'm putting in. So this is going to beep when the water is hot, and then we'll be able to pour it over. Hear that any minute now. All right, our water is hot. The temperature here for the herbal tea pour over, if you don't have one like this, is 205 degrees. I don't believe it needs to be that exact, but hey, might as well since I have that. For mine, if I pour it, this lid tends to come off, so I put my fingers here and just pour. You can get fancy. Stir it. I'm going to put the lid on it. I want this to steep for about 10 minutes, okay? So I've got my nifty little timer here. Here we go. I'll be back in 10 minutes. It is getting hot. I'll be going back inside soon. It is only 10:30 a.m. The actual temperature isn't that high, but the humidity makes it feel so much hotter. Almost ready. Let's go ahead and we will push down the French press. I've got an amber yellowy colored tea here, and I got my cute little teacup. Ready, guys? I hope you've got your tea ready to have some tea with me. If not, go ahead and pause the video and make some tea. It doesn't have to be basil tea. Let's have a tea party. I want to talk about basil. So, like I said, I'm not an herbalist. I have studied permaculture. I've been growing these herbs. I use them for cooking. I make tea. But I am just learning about these things too. I got this really nice book by Rosemary Gladstar called Medicinal Herbs, A Beginner's Guide. I ordered this off of Amazon on a recommendation of one of my permaculture teachers before. And it's a little bit sunny. Since I don't have this information memorized, I'm going to get it straight out of the book from the source. There's about 150 different types of basil around the world, if you can believe that. And I will have a video at the end of this linking to my basil video where I planted 7 different types of basil this year in my containers. I also did transplants all over the garden, and you can also directly seed it. Let's see what it has to say about basil here in Rosemary Gladstar's book. It's known for its distinct flavor and scent. Oh, it smells so good, you guys. It's typically found in the kitchen as sweet basil, but yes, all of these are good in the kitchen as well. If you're buying it from the store, it's probably going to be sweet basil. The actual Latin name for basil, I'm probably going to pronounce this incorrectly, sorry. Ocimum basilicum, okay? So let's just say that's how you pronounce it. Its genus name, Ocimum, or Ocimum, derives from the ancient Greek word for smell. So it's got a wonderful scent. And then the second part, basilicum, is also of Greek origin, and it means kingly or royal herb. So we've got a kingly royal herb with a beautiful scent. Okay, so it already sounds amazing, right? Then it was also used in salves prepared for royalty. So this is something that maybe back in the day only royalty had access to, but hey, you can buy a packet of seeds for really cheap now and make your own. The peasants can have the royal salve now. All right. It's also valued by us common folk, she says, and has enjoyed enduring popularity in the kitchen and the apothecary. So an apothecary is just a term for an herbal medicine pharmacy. Talking about the medicinal uses, sweet basil acts principally on the digestive and nervous systems. It's also mildly sedative, which is probably why I like it. So it can be found to be helpful in treating anxiety and insomnia. So, hey, I can always use something to calm me down. I am so very rarely just relaxed. So it also has antibacterial properties, and the fresh leaves can relieve itching and pain of insect bites and stings, which I hadn't heard that before. So for that, you would do the juice of the leaves or create a poultice. If you guys are interested in learning this kind of stuff with me, leave it in the comments, and maybe we can make some other stuff besides just tea. You can do a lot with these herbs. Let's move on. There's more different recipes in here. You can make medicinal pesto. Food is medicine. Let's talk about holy basil. There's an entire page dedicated just to holy basil, which is this, okay? I had to grow it because I discovered it a couple of years ago in one of my permaculture design certification courses. I took a class here in Austin at the Austin Permaculture Guild, and it was great. They taught me about a lot of plants that would grow really well in a food forest here in Austin, and one of them was holy basil, or Tulsi. And I had never heard of it before, so I did finally find holy basil or Tulsi seeds. That's what I used to grow this. And now we're about to drink it. She says she couldn't have a discussion about basil without mentioning holy basil or Tulsi. All of these basils actually have the same Latin name, so you're gonna have to figure out what variety it is besides that. And this one, holy basil, grows wild throughout India. And it's one of the most highly regarded herbs in the country. It has more than 3,000 years of recorded medicinal use. So that's just recorded. They've probably been using it as long as it's been discovered. And that's so exciting. It nourishes the person's growth to perfect health and promotes long life. Whoa, that is quite a statement. The daily use of this herb is believed to help maintain the balance of your chakras, or energy centers in the body, and bring out the goodness, virtue, and joy in humans. Are you sold? I think I'm sold. So in general, choose sweet basil for treating headaches and digestive disturbances, but use holy basil to restore your vitality and renew your energy. All right, are you guys ready? I hope you have your tea. Let's have a sip and see how good it is. It is so good, you guys. If you like the taste of basil in your food, you will like basil tea. Give it a try. It's hard to find at the store. You'll probably have to grow your own. A lot of grocery stores will just sell a basil transplant. Go ahead and buy one right now and keep it in a pot. You can even keep it by your windowsill indoors. Give it a try and let me know how it goes. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. It's a little bit different from my other videos where I'm teaching you more about growing. Now we're doing a little bit more of what do you do with it after you harvest it. So let me know if you like where this is going. Would you like to see more videos about actually using your food, medicine, and other things that you're growing in your garden? Let me know in the comments. And I can't wait to see you again soon. Enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video about basil tea, I am growing 7 different varieties in my garden this year. So watch this one next, please. See you next time.